Soap time! Woo woo woo! Hello, and welcome back to Soaping in the Basement with Nathan. Making an appearance today is the ironing board here in the back. As we've talked about this before, this is a very low budget production, and we're going with it. We're making soap in our basement, right? Okay, so today we are doing a remake. We are making Cherry Bomb, but we're doing it with a Splash Swirl. So Splash Swirl was a big Soap Challenge Club item a few months back, and I don't like to get involved in those because my competitive side comes out, and it's an issue for me. It takes over my brain, and I got a business to run. So I always kind of trail them a little bit and try these new swirls, but we're gonna do Cherry Bomb today, which is a rainbow soap. But Cherry Bomb is going to be made with a splash swirl instead. So it's like I said, it's a rainbow soap, and instead of doing like the hanger swirl inside, we're gonna do a splash swirl, which is gonna hopefully bring these kind of ribbons of color down into the white. So I think I'm ready to go. Let's get started. Down, down, down. Oh, let's turn on another light. I've got lots of lights here. Someday people will be like, I wanna see your setup. And I'll be like, no. Because my setup is janky. But I imagine everyone else is as well. So I probably shouldn't be too concerned about it. Oh, so the colors we're dealing with today are, we're dealing with Full Throttle from Nurture Soap. This gorgeous yellow. It's kind of like a neon mica mixture. Using Trial by Fire for my red. I decided to go with red today instead of pink because I want a very, very bold color, and my other Cherry Bomb has red in it. So I was like, I'm gonna go with red. And here is Making Waves. It's a beautiful blue. And then this is Force of Nature, which is this cool green. Beautiful. And then we've got, this is Eye of the Tiger. And then this is Queen for a Day. And this is one of my favorite colors of all time. It does have a tendency to leave little like specks in the soap. So I've like blitzed these to heck. So ultimately what we're gonna do is we're going to, also we're gonna hit some titanium dioxide in the plain batter. I know that I've definitely been like a major like advocate against using titanium dioxide, mostly because it's a pain to work with. But if you've not watched the video before, go check it out. I think it's from I Dream in Soap. But she shows how to make a titanium dioxide bottle, basically, that you use as you would a mica. And this has been a lifesaver. So I got a magic bullet, and I blitzed the heck out of it. So this is an oil-based titanium dioxide. And I blitzed the heck out of it, and now I keep it in this bottle. I don't need to worry about it going bad. And I have a couple screws in here, stainless steel screws, so that I can, this lid isn't the best, but you know, you can, when you're ready to go, you just shake it up. And then you have your titanium dioxide. Can't really hear the screws in there, but there are screws in here. I just blitzed up a new one, so there's that. So again, go check out, I think it's I Dream in Soaps video. Very helpful. She also has a ton of other amazing videos and tutorials. All around amazing soaper. So check her out. She's got way more followers than I do. So I'm just learning from the pros, right? Okay. So I've been making soap for about 5 years. So you still learn something new all the time, right? I've made about 1,000 batches, and I'm still always getting better. So here's our fragrance mixture today. We don't want it to discolor, so we're going with a non-discoloring fragrance, which is a combination of black cherry from Wholesale Supplies Plus and ginger ale from Brambleberry. So it's very, it smells like a cherry limeade. It smells so absolutely amazing. I've changed the recipe a little bit. I think I like the more effervescent, because I was doing a key lime, a cherry, and a champagne before, but the ginger ale with the cherry lifts it. So I really like Brambleberry's ginger ale. It's better than trying to come up with my own blend, and it feels even fizzier and more effervescent, and with the cherry, it's just delightful. Just delightful, and the cherry behaves super well, as does the ginger ale. So if you're looking for a good fragrance combination, my cord here is hitting the side of my container here, and I was like, did a screw fall in the soap? Because it sounded like it was. Okay, so enough talking, enough gabbing. We are going to get ready to go. This is a 36% lye solution today, and I've got my lime water sitting over here. As I mentioned in other videos, I try to not move my lye very often because it just creates more opportunities for accidents to happen. So I try to avoid moving my lye water as much as possible, and also to make sure that I'm gripping it very tightly, not doing things around it, just from a lye safety standpoint. Okay, we're ready to go. I've got my coconut milk in here, and I have sodium lactate inside my lye water. 36% lye solution, and here we go. I didn't actually check the temp of this, but it's probably, just feeling the outside of it, it's probably like 90 degrees. So between the oils and this, I'm soaping it about probably 85 to 90 degrees. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Also, the Super Bowl is happening right now, so I was gonna do this as a live video, and then I was like, no one's gonna watch it. And so I was like, let's not do a live, and let's just make a video for the tube, for the old YouTube. I tried to do a live yesterday. Actually, I did go live yesterday on Instagram, and it didn't turn out very well because Instagram is supposed to let you download the live videos, and it's like not working properly. So I basically have no content from yesterday, and yesterday we made mimosa, which I cut today, also using a splash swirl. Smells absolutely incredible. And that's a combination of champagne and orange 10 times from Brambleberry. Okay. So there's a few methods that are in this soap. First, there's the split method, which is we've got coconut milk in this. We didn't have to freeze it. We just added it to our warm oils. So that's one method that we have in here. We're going to be doing a splash swirl, which is another sort of technique that we're going to be doing in this. And the other one is that titanium dioxide one. So there's a bunch of little techniques in here. And we're going to bring this just to an emulsion, and I'm going to pour it into my little containers. We're going to mix them up, and then I'm going to try something with my little hanger swirl tool. I don't actually think we're going to do a swirl on the top today, because using our hanger tool, hopefully we're going to create a rainbow on top of the soap, and then we're going to push it down into the white, and it's going to create the cool splash swirl sort of ribbons. And if I'm smart, I will also include the cut on this video when it's on YouTube. Oh yeah, if you haven't done it already, I would really appreciate it. I am trying to work with YouTube to get to the point where monetization, which is something where, I mean, you're gonna watch ads, but at least I'll get a portion of them. So I would love if you watched this whole video and not just skip to the end, or just put it on in the background or something. I would really appreciate that. I'm trying to get to a certain number of watch hours, because then they start paying you, which is nice. All right, so I'll probably start losing my ability to talk here in a second, because it's like go time. And this is always the part of soap making that takes a lot of concentration. So like I said, I'm bringing this to emulsion. We're there right now. I'm gonna add my fragrance. And this fragrance actually turns it pretty watery. So I'm gonna be able to have this stick blended for a while. Oh gosh, this smells so good. This combo is even better than last Cherry Bomb. So if you liked Cherry Bomb before, this is just cherry, effervescent, soda pop, lifted, very Shirley Temple-ish, cherry limeade-ish. Gorgeous. The black cherry from Wholesale Supplies Plus is incredible. You don't need, it's very strong. You don't need a lot of it. There's the maximum amount that you can use in the soap. I can't remember off the top of my head. It used to be 4%, but now it's like not a lot. It's hardly any, but that's how much you need. Like you barely need any. It's strong and it's still like biting with the ginger ale, but it's in like the best way. Because when this tones down, the ginger ale I found wasn't like super strong out of the bottle, but in the soap, it really shines. So I'm really hoping that this is just gonna be yum, 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 yum. I mean, as of right now, it smells amazing. So I just can't wait for the cure. Okay, we are way past emulsion. But like I said, this fragrance behaves so well. I'm just giving it a little extra blend to make sure that we are not gonna have, like moving it along a little bit. And I ran out of paper towels. Good job. Because I need my paper towels, otherwise I get stuff everywhere. So I'm just going to scrape the bottom of this. Because every time you use, this is another little tip that I've noticed, particularly with goat's milk, not as much with coconut milk, but sometimes your milk can sort of settle to the bottom and get some sort of sediment. So if you're not hitting, like scraping up the bottom enough, it can like settle to the bottom. So sometimes you can end up with little like specks in your soap, just little white specks. Okay, so I'm gonna pour off all these colors and then I'm gonna add my titanium dioxide, make it white. I hope this is enough color of each. Because when I did the splash swirl yesterday with the mimosa, ugh, it's starting to run down the side of the container, which is annoying. So it's always hard to pour into this without making a mess. I only had 4 of these. So we're gonna have 6 total containers today. So I'm thinking we're in an even better, we'll have more color than I did with the mimosa one, which turned out stunning. So happy with it. Oh, I'm also making tons of air bubbles in this, so good job. Hopefully I can stir those out. Look at how gorgeous these colors are. I'll stir them up here in a second. I need to wipe down my space a little bit because this batter is so thin right now that it's just like water basically, and it's just getting everywhere. So just gonna swirl it all around. I'm actually gonna use one of my towels. That's the whole point. So I use towels a lot because you can just throw them on the washer. That's another tip. So if you, I have like a towel hamper. Making a mess though. Okay. All right. So we're gonna add some titanium dioxide to this. And I don't know, I'm just gonna add it until it's as white as I want it to be. And I'm going to hit this with the stick blender because titanium dioxide does better when you can stick blend it. See, look how easily that kind of melds into the soap, very easily. But stick blending always helps. And one of the good things about this fragrance combination is that it doesn't discolor and it doesn't speed up the soap. So I don't really need to worry about getting glycerin rivers from this titanium dioxide. Because titanium dioxide is known, if you get your soap really hot, to cause glycerin rivers. So hopefully no issues with glycerin rivers. It's not super stark white, but I'm not someone who likes to add like a ridiculous amount of titanium dioxide to my soap. No, I just want it to be getting the picture across. And this is also darker than it will be because it will set up lighter. Because your natural soap batter like color is normally like an ivory color, but when you add your milks and stuff, like when you're stirring, it's gonna look a darker color than it is when it like hardens. Okay, so set that aside, and now we're just gonna mix up these colors, I'm gonna start with yellow. I'm gonna stir this up. I wish I had a little stick blender for this, because the thing I notice a lot when I'm mixing up these colors in these little cups is there's a lot of air bubbles on the top of here, and my stick blender gets rid of air bubbles. So I'm hoping that my white batter looks gorgeous right now, but this batter has a bunch of air bubbles on top. So I'm not super excited about that. So I'm hoping that I can get rid of those air bubbles before we pour. And with a splash swirl, you want to use a little bit more colorant than you would normally, because this is going to be the only color for your soap. So there's a little bit extra of the colorant, the neon in here, than I would normally use, because I want it to be bright and vibrant, especially when you're pushing it down with your hanger tool. So one of the issues I had yesterday as I was making the soap with the mimosa, which was also a very thin consistency, is pouring the initial amount of batter out of this cup without causing it to fall too far into the soap. Because, you know, you pour from a distance. If you can get really close, you can have it sit on the top. But if you can't, it's really hard to get it really close when you have a lot of soap in this cup. So I'm gonna try basically what you would do with your fragrance. Sometimes people pour fragrance down like a chopstick or something. So I'm gonna try pouring the soap down my metal chopstick and see how that works. And it also might help take care of some of the air bubbles, because air bubbles break up when they like go down the surfaces of things. So that's why you'll sometimes see me pour my batter like over a spatula, because the spatula can help break up any bubbles that there might be. I don't know why I started with, I should have started with the green. Green to blue, then to purple. The amount of color that's in each of these, the amount of soap that's in each of these cups isn't perfect, but I think it's gonna be okay. Like, the blue has less than the red, because I was like having a problem pouring. I'm gonna get another little spoon to just stir that green, because I kind of messed it up. So I like to use a spoon because it can grab the bottom of the container where all the color's at and sort of scrape it up. So some people will sometimes say, you know, neons are safe, like skin safe in soap. A lot of these neons are not skin safe in other items. So like bath bombs, this is not safe to use, but it is skin safe in soap. And this is mixed with a mica already. So these are the Epic collection from Nurture Soap. So they're mica neon blends. And so they are also less neon than most neons, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm gonna again use my towel, scrape up a little bit. And we're about ready to get pouring. See if I can. So we're pouring lengthwise because we're gonna, this is my loaf. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 loaves. And then we're gonna pour the colors this way as well. And we're gonna take our hanger tool and go down this way to push it in. And then hopefully when we cut our soap this way, we'll get the design on the soap will come through. Hopefully that made sense. It's a little bit of 3D sort of imaging there, but hopefully it's not too confusing, because it does matter the way that you pour. Because if I poured my soap this way and then I did my hanger tool this way, it's not gonna accomplish the splash swirl. It's not gonna work right. Okay, so I'm gonna pour this down the side of the spatula. So we're pouring in all of our white. And I'm not going to save any of this. I'm scraping it out. Oh, I need to put down... So, my table... Soaping in the basement. What else would be perfect? Other than my table is not perfectly level. So, when I pour this, it's tilted a little bit towards me. So I need to put a towel down to like level it out a little bit. So scraping this down. It's a gorgeous color, gorgeous batter, I think. It smells amazing. It's on the thinner side, which is what you want for a splash swirl, because you want the sort of wispy colors to splash down into the remainder of the soap. Okay, I got most of it. I'm not like Katie from Royalty Soaps. I'm not gonna sit there and scrape every little ounce of the soap out. Hard pass. I know a lot of people do that. I can see some bubbles here on top. Just trying to, gonna get this a little twirl, a little stomp. Get rid of any bubbles that are there. And I'm gonna put down a little towel here to level out this. Okay. Ta-da! Now it's tilted a little bit and it's now level. So when I cut the soap, I don't have some bars that are taller than the others, which, you know, to most people, they would never even know. But to me, I'm like, I want all of my bars to be consistent, and that's just the way it is. Brandon looks like he just came home. I should be helping him with the groceries, but I'm not because I'm making soap right now. So, thanks, honey. Okay, we're gonna start with the red. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try and pour it down. I'm gonna try and pour it down. Fingers crossed. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't actually think that's gonna work. I need like a big spoon. What do I have? Let's see what I have. What do I have? Let's see. I actually have my tablespoon, which is dirty, which I just used earlier to mix up the titanium dioxide. But I'm gonna try and use, I don't know how this is gonna work. This is probably being a little too, yeah, let's, although that works nicely. I want it to sit on the top of the soap. So now if I can just like not make a mess as I'm pouring it. So what I'm doing is I'm just pouring these lines. This is gonna take forever though. I'm probably not gonna worry about this. Let me just get these first ones down, and then I'm just gonna, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm being really extra right now. All right. I really don't want this to splash down the soap, although the white's setting up a little bit, so it's not too bad. A very light pour. I want a little bit of each color in each bar of soap. So I'm doing 4 loaves, so I've got 4 lines here. It gets a little bit easier to pour this as well as you start getting less amount of soap in your cup. Yeah, the white is definitely setting up because that's got titanium dioxide in it. So I'm just gonna pour this as quickly as I can because I still want to be able to splash swirl this baby. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with our orange. I think I have a little bit more soap than I thought I was going to have in these cups. Okay, so we got some of this orange down. Yellow time. We're definitely like over the middle of this as well. So I need to like really kind of I'm just pushing into the orange right now, so it's not really working very well. Oh well. Half the color's done. Still have the other ones to go. Maybe tapping it down at the end will really help. Okay. Whoops. I went too far over. I don't know if this is actually going to work. There, I might be adding too much color. Right. Blue. This might look really cool though. I don't actually know. All right, can we just have our purple left? Oh, purple is setting up a little bit. Oops. This is just ending up with the last color having the most of the color on top. That side turned out pretty good, but some of these other ones, I think I might have a little bit of batter left of some of these other colors, so maybe I'll just come back in and just add a little bit more. Like the red, it's pretty far gone. Just add a touch of the red in here. So is the orange. The orange doesn't really have any left though. You know what, good enough. This is good, it's looking good. Tap this down. All right, now we're gonna turn this sideways like this. And we're gonna hit it with our hanger tool going up and down, push the soap into the batter. Push the color in. All right, hanger tool here. So I'm just gonna go down, come right back up. I don't know what we're gonna get. So we're pushing all this color down into the white batter now. And I'm going to come back and do this one time back. We want to make sure we're getting a lot of the little push downs into the white batter. I don't know what this is going to look like. I hope it looks cool. I think the top of the soap looks really groovy right now. We almost made it to the end, and then we got to come back. We're not really pulling up any white though. It's only the color that's sitting on the top. Hopefully I'm not over blending this. Maybe I should only do once. I guess we'll find out when I cut this. All right. The top of this soap looks rad. All right, so I'm just going to turn this back around. And I'm going to clean up the edges. And then we're done. That was it. I think this turned out so cute looking on the top. So I was going to go around and clean up the edges. But I also don't want to like create a, like, it's going to be fine. Great. Stir stick is no longer needed. Doesn't that look cool? I think that turned out so fun. I'm going to take a picture of this, and I think it's going to look stunning. And we're done. What do you think? All right, so I will see you tomorrow for the cut, And this smells gorgeous. And yeah, see you then. Bye. All right, so we are going to cut this now. And I've already started, I sliced this into the 4 already. And here's a look at basically what the top looks like after we cut it. And here's the sides. So hopefully we're gonna get a really cool design here on the inside. Because you can sort of see the end of the soap. Let me see if I can not break that. Okay, you can see the end of the soap. So hopefully we're gonna get a really cool design that looks sort of like that. All right, here we go. So I steamed the top of the soap to give it that nice shine. Moment of truth, flip. Okay, that looks pretty cute. It's always the inside bars though that are the best in my opinion. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that turned out really cool. No complaints here at all. The close-up, a little bit closer. That turned out really freaking cool. I think we got a little bit of each color in there. We got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. We got them all. Well, we can go through the rest of them, but I think most are gonna be the same. Here's some more. So thank you so much for watching. This turned out stunning. Smells absolutely amazing. The cherry really comes through. The cherry does fade a little bit over time. It stays really strong, but I'm smelling mostly cherry right now. And we didn't even put that much in. So I'm hoping that the ginger ale scent comes out a little bit more. Regardless, these smell so absolutely incredible. So there's just a few air bubbles in there, which we knew might happen when we were pouring yesterday. So super cool. So what I like to do when I have little air bubbles, you can, right after you cut them, you can press down and you can like remove them by just pressing down on them. It's kind of interesting. So you can see one right here, and I'm just gonna kind of run my finger over it. And well, I'm gonna not make a mess because there's a little bit of like, you know when you get a little bit of soap on your hands and you're rubbing it on like fresh soap, you're just making it worse. Okay, so like there's no air bubbles anymore. So didn't get any air bubbles in the white at all. The white turned out stunning as we thought it would. And so I just do a little push down on the air bubbles and they're gone. All right, well again, thank you so much for watching and I hope that you have an absolutely, whatever I'm doing with my hands, magical day. Bye.